Okay, so we have completed the first three modules. So now we are starting with the fourth module, that is design of water tank. So in this we will see first the classification of the water tank, and then what are the permissible stresses, then design of circular and rectangular water tanks resting on ground and underground, then codal provision, what are the codal provisions for that, then use of is coefficient method and approximate method, and then design of elevated water tank. Okay, so first, so now tell me, so when we are designing the water tanks, so which method we will use in the design of water tank? So in TRCS we have studied two methods of design. What are those? Anyone? Yes, WSM and limit state method. So water tanks will be designed by which method? I think this I have told you. WSM. Perfect. Okay. So basically we are going to use WSM method to design the water tanks. Okay. So since it is a liquid retaining structure, so generally the liquid retaining structures, it is designed by working stress method, because working stress method, the cracks are avoided. We design a crack proof structure basically, and the sections are high as compared to the limit state method. So these differences you have already studied in TRCS. So now can anyone tell me what are the various types of water tanks? Anyone can classify whatever they have seen so far. Okay, so where do you see a water tank basically? Underground water tank, overhead water tank. Okay, so where do you see these water tanks normally? Where it is provided? Residential buildings, correct. Okay, so in residential buildings you can find the overhead water tank. It is right above the staircase basically, and you also have underground water tanks. Okay, so now can anyone just classify the water tanks? So this classification you have done on the basis of the location. So you can see the water tank which is underground, and then you have elevated water tanks. Okay, so overhead water tank or elevated water tanks, and then we have water tanks which are resting on the ground. So this is the classification based on the location. Now can anyone tell me what is the other classification? Classification based on the shape, based on material, concrete, steel. Okay, and shape. So based on the shape we have circular water tanks, we have rectangular water tanks, we have spherical water tanks, and we also have inze tanks. Okay, so these are the various classification based on the shape. So in the syllabus, we are going to design circular water tank also and rectangular water tank also. So basically we are going to design circular water tank. Again, circular water tank is divided into two parts, one with flexible base and one with rigid base. So flexible base means where the wall and the base is not connected. So that is called as a flexible base, where the wall and the base is cast monolithically. That is called as your rigid base. So these are the two types in the circular water tanks. And then in rectangular water tanks, again, we will design the rectangular water tanks by approximate method and by IS code method. Okay. So this was the classification of water tanks. So now let us discuss about the codal provision and the requirement. So can anyone tell me what are the codes used to design the water tanks? Is anyone aware of the code which is used to design the water tank? Okay, so now first let us understand which are the various codes which are used to design the water tank. So IS 3370 is the code which is referred for the design of water tanks. So now IS 3370 is divided into four parts. Okay, so the first part is general requirement. IS 3370 part 1 is of general requirement, and IS 3370 part 2, it is for reinforced concrete structures, and part 3 deals with pre-stressed concrete structures, and the last part, that is part 4, it deals with the design tables. Is this clear, everyone? So basically there are four parts of IS 3370. Okay, so it was first published in 1965, and then it got revised in 2009. So the latest code which is used for the design purpose is 2009. Okay, so it will be written on that, reaffirmed on 2009. Okay, so the general design requirements or the design considerations we will refer in the part 2. Okay, okay, so now let us see the theory part of the water tanks. Okay, so I'll just share my screen again, and then we will see the code. So this is the IS code 3370 part 2. So here you can see IS 3370 part 2 2009. So this is the latest version. So this deals with concrete structures for storage of liquids, code of practice, reinforced concrete structures. So here you can see part 2, it is reinforced concrete structures. So now let us see. So here you can see part 1 deals with general requirements, पार्ट 3 इज प्री स्ट्रेस्ड कंक्रीट स्ट्रक्चर्स. ठीक है, पार्ट 3 देखो 1967 का ही है, उसके बाद फिर रिवाइज नहीं हुआ. एंड पार्ट 4 विच इज द डिजाइन टेबल, इट इज आल्सो ऑफ 1967. ठीक है, इज दिस क्लियर एवरीवन? Okay, so now let us understand what do we require from this code. ठीक है, so what do we require from this code? Basically these values we will require from this code. Okay, so basically you will have to remember these values. So this is permissible concrete stresses, calculations relating to resistance to cracking. ठीक है, so this is the grade of concrete and this is the permissible concrete stresses which it should not exceed for direct tension and due to bending. For M25 grade it is 1.3, for M30 it is 1.5. so these permissible values you will have to remember. Okay, जैसे WSM में हमने permissible values याद रखा था, similarly we will have to remember the permissible values here. Okay, so this table is important. And then this is the permissible stresses in concrete. So this you already know, which we have studied in WSM. ठीक है, तो WSM में ये values sigma CBC, sigma CC, these things we have studied in WSM. ठीक है, so this will also remain the same. And then this is important, table 4. This is the permissible stresses in steel, reinforcement for strength. ठीक है, so these values again permissible stresses for plain bars and for HYSD bars. So these two values you will have to remember. So tensile stresses in members under direct tension, bending and shear. Is this visible, everyone? Okay, so this is tensile stresses in members under direct tension, bending and shear. So this is 115 Newton per mm square for Fe250 and it is 130 for HYSD bars. ठीक है, जो second value है ये column के लिए. ठीक है, so we don't require this value, we require only these two values. ठीक है, so you have to remember these two values because we have to check in the numerical with these permissible values. Okay, so now let us Okay, so now let us understand the minimum reinforcement criteria. ठीक है, तो इसमें मिनिमम reinforcement कैसे प्रोवाइड करेंगे? So pay attention everyone. The minimum reinforcement in walls, floors and roofs in each of the two directions at right angles within each surface zone shall not be less than 0.35 percentage. It should not be less than 0.35 percentage of the surface zone for high strength deformed bars. So basically the minimum reinforcement percentage is how much? 0.35 for HYSD bars, and it should not be less than 0.64 percentage for mild steel, matlab for Fe250. For Fe250 it is 0.64, and for Fe415 it is 0.35. Is this clear everyone? Now, the minimum reinforcement can be further reduced to 0.24 percentage for deformed bars and 0.4 percentage for plain bars. Okay, so it can be further reduced to 0.24 percentage for deformed bars and 0.4 percentage for mild steel in case where any dimension of the tank is not more than 15 meters. Okay, so when the dimension of the tank is less than 15 meters, so you can reduce up to this. Next, in wall slabs less than 200 mm in thickness, the calculated amount of reinforcement may be placed in one phase. ठीक है, अगर तुम्हारा जो वॉल का थिकनेस है, तुम्हारा वाटर टैंक का जो वॉल है उसका थिकनेस इफ इट इज लेस देन 200 mm, so in that case you can provide the reinforcement only on one side, and if it is greater than 200 mm, then you have to provide the reinforcement on both the sides. Is this clear everyone? Next, the calculated reinforcement should be placed in one phase. बार स्पेसिंग शुड जनरली नॉट एक्सीड 300 mm. ठीक है, तो ये वाला क्राइटेरिया सेम है जैसे स्लैब डिजाइन में करते थे. The bar spacing should not be more than 300 mm or the thickness of the section whichever is less. Is this clear everyone? So this was the criteria or the minimum criteria for the design of the walls of the water tank. Yes, so far anyone has any doubt, they can ask me. Okay, so now let me share the PDF now. Okay. Yes, is my screen visible now? The PDF is visible or the IS code is visible? Yes. Am I audible everyone? My handwritten PDF is visible or IS code is visible? Reply. Okay. Okay. So now let us see the various types of the numericals in the water tank. So first is the cylindrical tanks. So as I've said before, this is divided into. Yes, it is based on the area of the tank. 0.35 percentage of the area of the tank. Okay. So when we do the numerical, you will understand. Yes. So cylindrical tanks, it is divided into flexible base and rigid base. Okay. So problems on flexible base bhi hai, and then problems on rigid base. And then again cylindrical water tanks we have by approximate method and IS code method. Okay. Then coming to rectangular tanks resting on ground. Okay, so again rectangular tanks we have two methods, approximate method and IS code method. Okay, approximate method again we have when Ly by Lx ratio is less than or equal to 2, and when Ly by Lx ratio is greater than 2. And then we have IS code method. ठीक है, तो सिलेंड्रिकल टैंक्स के लिए भी अप्रोक्सीमेट मेथड है, आईएस कोड मेथड है, लेकिन इसमें दो टाइप है, फ्लेक्सिबल बेस और रिजिड बेस. रेक्टेंगुलर टैंक में तो सब रिजिड बेस ही है, लेकिन There are two methods, approximate method and IS code method. And then finally we have overhead water tanks. So this is IS code method. Overhead water tank is designed only by IS code method, and design of the supporting system is based on IS 3370. And then one more theory, you have different types of joints in water tanks. Okay. So I hope this classification of numerical, is this clear everyone? So these are the various types of numericals which we are going to see in this chapter or module. Okay. So now let us see the general design requirements. So the general design requirement as per IS 3370 part 2. Okay, so the minimum reinforcement required in water tanks, just now we have seen in IS code. So I have mentioned here, the minimum reinforcement in walls, floors and roofs in each of the two direction at right angles should not be less than 0.35% of the cross section of the surface zone for HYSD bars and 0.64% for mild steel. Okay, so this is same we have seen in IS code. So you can make a note of this. So these things you have to remember before starting with the design of the water tanks. These criteria you should remember. So that is the reason I have written this. The next point, the minimum reinforcement can be further reduced to 0.24% for HYSD bars and 0.4% for mild steel, not having any dimension more than 15 meters. Then in tank walls and slabs having thickness less than 200 mm, reinforcement can be placed in one face only. Okay, so this I have shown you with the help of the diagram. तो क्या मेंशन किया है कि when the thickness of the wall is less than 200 तो reinforcement एक ही फेस पे रहेगा, and if it is greater than or equal to 200 mm then you can provide the reinforcement on both the faces of the wall. ठीक है, तो both the faces of the wall में ऐसा reinforcement provide करेंगे. ठीक है, जब इस लेस देन 200 थिकनेस रहेगा तो एक ही साइड प्रोवाइड करेंगे. इज दिस क्लियर एवरीवन? अभी समझ में आया? यस और नो? ओके, ओके. So now let us move ahead. Now let us see the criteria for minimum cover of the reinforcement. Okay, so minimum cover of the reinforcement, the minimum clear cover for the outermost reinforcement should be 25 mm or the diameter of the main bar, whichever is greater. In the presence of seawater, soil and water having corrosive characteristics, the cover should be increased by 12 mm. So this additional cover shall be taken into consideration while designing. Okay, so this is self-explanatory. I don't think you should have any problem to understand this. So this is the criteria for minimum cover of the reinforcement. It should be 25 mm. Okay, so now let us see the permissible stresses in concrete. So these tables, which we have already seen in IS code, so you can make a note of this so that you remember. So these are the permissible stresses in concrete relating to resistance to cracking. So these are the grade. Okay, so for M15, M25 1.3, M30 1.5. So this is for M40, it is 1.8. Okay, so you just refer the IS code. So this was according to the old IS code, but the revised one, which is revised on 2009, this is 1.8. Okay, the same table I have mentioned here. The next table is permissible stresses in steel for strength calculation. So the permissible stresses in steel, so this is the new one. ठीक है, ये old वाला है. ठीक है, so old में कैसा था, इतने सारे criteria थे. So old code में it was divided into three parts. एक तो direct tension के लिए permissible stresses different था, फिर bending के लिए different था और shear के लिए different था. और उसमें भी कैसा था कि on liquid retaining phase के लिए अलग stress था, on phase away from the liquid के लिए अलग था. ठीक है, so all these things now you don't have to check because the new code says that for all these things you have only this value. Okay, so they have made it very much convenient now. So tensile stress in members under direct tension, ये वाला direct tension, ये bending और ये shear, तीनों के लिए एक ही value है. For Fe 250 it is 115 and for Fe 415 it is 130. Is this clear everyone? Yes. Okay. Okay. So when we solve the problem, you will understand when to use these permissible stresses. So now just understand. So these are the values of the permissible stresses. So now let us move on to the next slide. So now we have seen the various permissible stresses which we have to consider in the design. So now let us understand how to find out the thickness. So while designing the walls of the rectangular water tanks, the following points should be kept in mind. The tensile stresses on liquid retaining faces due to the combination of direct horizontal tension and bending shall satisfy the following equation. Okay, so whenever we are designing the water tank, you should understand that what are the forces acting. So basically in circular water tank, hoop tension will act and tensile stresses will act, correct? So the tensile stresses on the liquid retaining forces due to the combination of, you should understand the combination of the forces acting. So direct horizontal tension hai and bending bhi hai. So that should satisfy the following equation. So again, this equation is given in the code. So T dash upon T plus sigma Ct dash upon sigma Ct should be less than or equal to 1. So now let us understand what are these terms, where T dash is the calculated direct tensile stress in concrete. So this is the calculated value T dash, and T is the permissible direct tensile stress in concrete. Okay, so this value is given in table. And what is sigma Ct dash? It is the calculated tensile stress due to bending in concrete, and sigma Ct, it is the permissible tensile stress due to bending in concrete. So this equation should be satisfied. Okay, so this we will see when we solve the numerical, you will understand. So these values are given in table. So here you can see sigma Ct ये value है permissible का, ठीक है, और ये value है T dash का. Now, the side walls act as a two-way slab where the side walls act as a two-way slab whereby the wall is restrained in the horizontal direction, fixed or hinged at the bottom, while hinged or free at the top. Okay, so this is the condition for the water tank, circular water tanks with flexible base. Okay, so this is the pressure acting on the side walls. So now let us understand the cross section of द सर्कुलर वाटर टैंक विथ फ्लेक्सिबल बेस. ठीक है, तो रीइंफोर्समेंट इसमें ऐसा प्रोवाइड करेंगे. तो ये तुम्हारा साइड वॉल है वाटर टैंक का. दिस इज द इंटरनल डायमीटर. दिस इज द फ्री बोर्ड. वी जनरली कीप अ फ्री बोर्ड, मतलब थोड़ा सा गैप, फुल वाटर नहीं रहेगा, थोड़ा सा फ्री बोर्ड लेके. दिस इज द डेप्थ ऑफ द वाटर विच इज गिवन बाय स्मॉल एच. दिस इज द प्रेशर डायग्राम. सो हियर यू कैन सी फ्लेक्सिबल बेस यूजिंग फिलर मटेरियल. ठीक है, तो फ्लेक्सिबल बेस में मैंने कहा था कि इट इज नॉट कास्ट मोनोलिथिकली, तो यहाँ पे एक फिलर मटेरियल से उसको फिक्स करेंगे. एंड दिस इज द reinforcement which is provided in the base slab. Okay, so when we solve the numerical, we will see how the reinforcement is provided. Okay, now the walls of such a tank will be designed as vertical cylinders subjected to water pressure. ठीक है, तो ये जो वाटर टैंक है इसका वॉल कैसे डिजाइन करेंगे? It will be designed as vertical cylinders subjected to water pressure. The water pressure will try to create hoop tension on the walls. As I've just mentioned, it will create hoop tension on the walls. For this hoop tension, horizontal reinforcement is required, while vertical reinforcement acts as the distribution steel. So you have to understand how the main steel is placed and how the distribution steel is placed. Now, since hoop tension is acting here, तो तुम्हारा main reinforcement कौन से direction में रहेगा? It will be in the horizontal direction. ठीक है, hoop tension मतलब circular tension. ठीक है, तो उसको hoop बोलते हैं. ठीक है, so the tension which is developed in the circular water tank, that is called as hoop tension. So in this case, the main reinforcement will be in the horizontal direction and the distribution will be in the vertical direction. Okay. So hoop tension, how do we calculate the hoop tension on the walls? It is given by this equation. Gamma W into H, where H is nothing but the height of the water, into D by 2, where D is the diameter of the water tank. Okay. And AST required. How to find out the AST for the hoop tension? So this is given by hoop tension upon safe stress in direct tension. Okay, ये जो safe stress in direct tension, it depends upon the grade of concrete and it is given in this table. Direct tension, safe stress in direct tension. Okay, so based on the grade, you have to assume the value of direct tension, then you will get the area required for the hoop tension. ठीक है, hoop tension का formula ये है, and AST required, you have to calculate like this. So this hoop reinforcement shall be provided preferably on both the faces, and this value should not be less than the minimum criteria. ठीक है, तो ये जो hoop reinforcement है, it should not be less than the minimum criteria जो मैंने अभी बताया था, 0.35% for Fe415 and 0.64% for mild steel. Is this clear, everyone? Now let us see how to find out the thickness of the wall. So the thickness of the wall is generally calculated as, now let us understand this. It is calculated by these three conditions. First, 150 mm. Second, 30 mm per meter height of the wall plus 50 mm. ठीक है, अगर height of the wall दिया है 4 meter 5 meter, so 30 mm into 4 or 5 plus 50 mm. And the third criteria is T dash should be less than T. So these are the three criteria on the basis of which you will calculate the thickness of the wall. So what is the third criteria? T dash का equation कैसे दिया है? T dash is given by hoop tension T upon 1000 into T plus M minus 1 into AST. ठीक है, so when you equate this with the, ये जो T है ये permissible है, जो टेबल से मिलेगा depending upon the grade. So if you equate this, you will get the value of thickness. So ये जो तीनों values जो निकालेंगे thickness, the maximum we will consider for design purpose. Is this clear, everyone, how to calculate the thickness? So just understand these three criteria. When we solve the numerical, you will understand. Now let us see how to decide the thickness of the base slab. ठीक है, so now tell me, इसका wall तो design कर लिया water tank का, उसका base slab when it is resting on the ground, is it necessary to design the slab which is resting on the ground? Anyone? ठीक है, the slab which is resting on the ground, generally we do not design the slab which is resting on the ground. Why? Because the load will be directly transferred to the soil. करेक्ट, तो उसको ग्रेड स्लैब भी बोलते हैं. ठीक है, सो इन रेसिडेंशियल बिल्डिंग्स, नॉर्मल बिल्डिंग्स में अगर इफ यू सी, जो स्लैब जो सॉइल पे रेस्ट हो रहा है उसको ग्रेड स्लैब बोलते हैं. सो वी जनरली डू नॉट डिजाइन द ग्रेड स्लैब. ठीक है, उसके लिए मिनिमम क्राइटेरिया का जो स्टील है वो प्रोवाइड कर देते हैं. ठीक है, एक नॉमिनल थिकनेस एंड नॉमिनल रीइंफोर्समेंट वी प्रोवाइड फॉर द grade slab. So similarly here also we will provide nominal reinforcement and nominal thickness. So you have to remember this criteria. If the floor slab is resting on the ground, a minimum thickness of 150 may be provided with a nominal reinforcement of 0.35% in each direction. ठीक है, तो ग्रेड स्लैब जनरली वी डू नॉट डिजाइन. स्लैब पे अगर तुम्हारा वाटर ग्राउंड पे अगर वाटर टैंक रेस्ट हो रहा है, सो जो बेस स्लैब है यू कैन कंसीडर अ नॉमिनल थिकनेस ऑफ 150 mm, more than 150 mm, and then nominal reinforcement 0.35% in each direction you can provide. The slab should rest on a 75 mm thick layer of lean concrete. Is this clear, everyone? Yes or no? Okay. So I think with this we have completed the theory part of the water tanks. So now with the help of this we can start with the numericals. Okay. So in the next lecture we will start with the numericals on water tanks. Okay. So just revise this whenever we start with the numerical. So these things you should remember. Okay. The basic criterias, the basic equations. Okay. The basic concept you should understand, so that based on this you can answer the questions which is based on theory also. Okay, so just neglect this part. Okay, so this is the new one. Okay, so do not consider this part. Okay, so if anyone has any doubt in this regarding this lecture, they can ask me. Last 2 minutes are remaining. Special water resisting cement. Basically in water tanks you use a richer mix. ठीक है। सो नॉर्मली वाटर टैंक्स जब भी लिक्विड रिटेनिंग स्ट्रक्चर डिजाइन करते हैं, सो रिचर कॉन्क्रीट मिक्स मिनिमम M20 यूज करते हैं। ठीक है, उससे कम यूज नहीं करते। ओके, और वाटर सीमेंट रेशियो भी वी जनरली ट्राई टू इंक्रीज इन द वाटर टैंक्स। सो दिस, ओके, सो आई जस्ट शो यू द 4 पार्ट्स। ठीक है, पार्ट 1 में जो जनरल क्राइटेरिया है, एवरीथिंग इज गिवन इन IS 3370 पार्ट 1। ठीक है, सो पार्ट 1 इफ यू रेफर, everything regarding the material, the specification, everything is given in part 1. Okay, so let me just show you part 1 also. Okay, so you can just download these IS codes online. It is available free. Okay, otherwise if you want, I can upload this on Moodle account also. Otherwise you can get this online also. So this is part 1. Okay, concrete structures for storage of liquids, general requirements. So in this you will see everything. Okay, materials, what are the materials, what are the specifications, minimum cement content, nominal cover to the reinforcement, site conditions. Okay, everything you will get here. Okay, one more thing it is there in the design of water tank, the various joints. So the joints, the theory part of the joints you will find in this code. The joints shall be categorized as all these things: movement joint, contraction joint. So you can just refer this IS code for the